Call me stupid, but I always carry a fork with me in case of somebody has lasagna. So today we're making lasagna. It's not going to be the most authentic recipe out there, so Italians, don't crucify me please. But nevertheless, it's going to be amazing. We're gonna make the spinach ricotta version today, but this is only one extra step. If you don't like spinach or ricotta, simply don't add them. So let's start with the ingredients. For the bechamel sauce, we're going to need half a liter of milk, 25 grams of butter, and 25 grams of flour. For the Bolognese, we're going to need 1 onion. Here I have cherry tomato sauce, but you can use normal tomato sauce. 1.5 tablespoons of tomato paste. And here I have ground beef and pork. We're also going to need some baby spinach or normal spinach, some mozzarella to sprinkle on top, and of course the lasagna seeds. What you always want to do is to start with what takes the longest. So in this case I'm going to start with the Bolognese sauce. Take your onion and just thinly slice it. One really good tip for cutting onions is you never want to take the stem off, because this is the part that makes you cry. Cut in half. This is so easy. It's so simple. You have finely chopped onion. Now in a wok or a big pan over medium-high heat, add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once the oil comes up to temperature, add your ground meat in there. Break up everything and let it cook until it develops a nice color. Now after about 15 minutes, we're looking very good. The water from the meat is completely evaporated, and as you can see, it has developed a really nice color. Now in this stage, we're going to add the onions that we cut earlier. Cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, add your tomato paste in there and cook it also for about 2 minutes. Once the tomato paste is completely emulsified, add your tomato sauce in there. This was 350 grams and you have to add the same amount of water in there. Now add some salt and some pepper and let this simmer at low heat for at least 1 hour. And do 2, 3, 4 hours. The longest you cook the sauce, the better the flavor will be. Now while the sauce is slowly simmering, let's prepare everything else. We're gonna start off with our bechamel sauce. Preheat a pan over medium heat and melt your butter. Once the butter is melted, add your flour in there. Now cook the flour until it becomes a nice thick paste. In French, this is called roux. Now once you've made the roux, add slowly your milk. If you add everything at once, it will clump up and you will ruin everything. So be patient, this will take only about 10 minutes. Once you've added all the milk, add a pinch of salt in there, ground some nutmeg. If you don't have it, it's totally fine. Now let's prepare our spinach. Into another pan over medium-high heat, add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now once the oil comes to temp, add your spinach in there. Don't be an idiot like me and do something like that. It doesn't take long, it takes only 3 to 4 minutes. Don't stress this out because it will also cook in the oven. Now the spinach is soft. What you want to do is add a little bit of salt, a pinch of black pepper, and some garlic powder. Give it a good mix. Let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes, and now add your ricotta in there. Give it a nice mix. And if you don't like to have big chunks of spinach, you can always make it a puree. And now this is the end result. It took us about 5 to 6 minutes. After 1 hour, it looks something like that. All the water is evaporated and we've been left with a really nice and thick sauce. Now things are really simple here. Take an oven tray and add a small amount of the Bolognese sauce in the bottom. We just want to have something so the pasta can stick in there. Take your lasagna seeds and lay there as many as you can fit in one layer. If it has a little bit of gap there, just break your seeds and fill the missing parts. Now take some of that bechamel sauce and lay it on top of the seeds. Now continue with another layer of the lasagna seeds. Now the order doesn't make any difference as long as you put everything that I've shown you in there. Now what I like to do is sprinkle a little bit of water in that pan and pour it on top of everything. Now for the last part, add a generous amount of mozzarella on top. If you don't want to use mozzarella, you can use Parmigiano Reggiano or Pecorino Romano, but mozzarella gives it a nice rich flavor. Normally you should cover it with a tin foil, but because I'm dumb and I forgot to buy, I will cover it with some parchment paper. Now in a preheated oven at 200 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit, cook your lasagna covered for about 35 to 40 minutes and then uncover it and cook it for 10 minutes. And now after about 40 minutes in total, this is the end result. Let it rest for about 30 minutes and then cut it. Now that everything is cooled down, got a nice piece, and here we are. This looks absolutely amazing.